Thanks for joining. So today's topic, I should probably introduce myself. Hello. Thanks for joining. Oh my God. Hello. Thanks for joining. Brianne C. Martin here, also known as the People Engineer. I'm from the Vlogmas Challenge for STEM Creatives, hosted by STEM Media. STEM stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math. Today we'll actually be covering day 4 and day 5. The topic for day 4 is why is STEM so important to me, and day 5 is am I the only one in my family in this field. So I'm really excited because STEM, I can literally nerd out about it. In my past video I told you guys how much I can nerd out on mechanical engineering because that's just like my bread and butter. But with STEM in general, it's just so many cool applications. Again, I'll nerd out about science because there's just so much I don't understand or that I don't get, and the fact that I can learn how to observe the world around me. Technology to me is again so much electrical engineering goes into it, and I just feel like it's totally black magic. Definitely posted about that today on my Instagram feed. But again, just engineering is unlimited. Math is again literally a way to quantify and put measurable, definitions to what we're doing, how, what's in front of us, what we're observing, how we're, quantifying it. And again, there's just so many different ways that STEM in general just collaborate together, and it's just so incredibly remarkable, again, to be able to observe, create, design, and again, apply it to everyday life, and to be able to better things, to be able to observe, again, the way nature works, the way, again, the universe is, and how we as humans are a part of, again, this bigger scheme of, again, just eons of universes that are, that, have been before us and that will be after us. And it's just, again, this just amazing, just, I don't even know how to explain it, but it's just really cool. And so essentially, STEM is important because, again, there's just so many applications of it, and it's so relevant that people don't take time to understand. You pouring a glass of water literally is science and engineering. And math, you can calculate it on, and even technology, depending on the type of water bottle you're using or some kind of filtration system. And again, there's just so many different opportunities, and it's just right there in front of us. And so many of us just take time to understand or to learn or to even apply what we learn through school. And again, it's just that opportunity to really grow something or see an improvement or even an accessible application. So it's just amazing, again, all the opportunities that we have. Anything and everything that we do and see, again, is related to STEM. All right, day number 5. Am I the only one in the STEM field? Well, that's a little tricky question. So as I mentioned, my mom could have been, would have been, should have been an engineer had she, again, been exposed to it, know what engineering was. She tells me the story of when she was in high school, and again, you kind of go and you're like, well, what do I want to do with my career? And they'll look at your, classes and your grades, and she's like, well, you scored pretty high, in your math and science. And so, again, at the time, it was like, well, you're a girl, you should go into accounting. That's a lot of math stuff. So I was like, okay, I'll go into accounting. So my mom actually went to college, got an associate's in accounting. She just started her career as an accountant. So she was, again, very mathy, but very much, again, she had all this background of, again, shop and tech and hands-on and building stuff. And she even started welded her own barbecue pit. So again, just so many applications to where she saw and learned. And so when she went into accounting, she was kind of very much challenging and challenging the status quo and wanting to continue to improve things to the point where she really kind of gained momentum throughout her career and taking on management roles. Then kind of dealt with a lot with people. But again, she's very much a problem solver and treated everything as such. To where she gained, again, so much more momentum and opportunities and more responsibilities to the point now she's essentially kind of was, I guess, a director of IT. Now she's actually into kind of product development of software, before the go lives and what all the techie stuff that I have no idea about. But the computer sciencey stuff, the programming, and she hires computer engineers and computer scientists, again, to kind of start programming, start developing all this really cool applications that can be used in a hospital setting and for the healthcare. And again, there's just so many cool opportunities that she's had to be able to host international guests. They've watched and seen how she creates a process and how the flow map goes. And so again, my mom's just literally and essentially an engineer, just not by degree. And then even that, again, my grandpa, my popo, her dad, was a bricklayer. And so he never stepped foot in school. He had been working hard labor since he was 5 years old. But he could literally do all kinds of math in his head. Again, whether or not it was materials or multiplication or division or even, again, like advanced calculus, and he didn't even know that that's what he was doing, but it just all made sense to him to be able to see materials and, again, just like have an idea of spatial recognition and how much can we fit there and how much material are we going to need. And so, again, he ended up owning his own masonry. And so, again, his own type of engineering. Obviously, he worked with engineers and architects and civil engineers to be able to build the structures and companies and houses and stuff that he was all a part of. But again, he just really got it and knew it. And to me, again, he was just a natural mathematician, which was really cool because, as I mentioned earlier, math stopped loving me back pretty early on in school. So again, just that opportunity to be around these minds that were constantly problem solving and challenging, and just really excited about learning. And so essentially, even though, again, no one by degree is another engineer or a technologist, but my family is definitely very heavy STEM related, STEM initiated, STEM careers. And so it's really cool, again, because a lot of times I'll have a problem and I'll call my mom and ask for her advice. An opportunity, again, to kind of get feedback or talk about problem solving and just issues in general. And it's really cool because we can kind of, again, have this whole nother world of career and technology, and again, like process discussions. And then even that, obviously, my mom and I are both kind of in like management roles. So my mom's obviously way higher than me. She hires people like me and leads teams of, again, computer engineers and, seasoned professionals. But again, it's just really cool to be able to have those discussions with her, because now that we're in both management positions in very technical roles, it's kind of, that learning the business side of it and seeing her and doing it, again, and there's just kind of that opportunity that we're kind of been able to grow together. And obviously, again, I'm my mom's biggest fan. So it's really cool, a lot of fun. Won't ramble on, but check out tomorrow's video. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you have any questions, anything in particular. I'll be here. Thanks.